Asia Mack, and I'm back on another beautiful Wednesday. How I am getting so lucky, I do not know, but I am surely going to take it. I am counting all of my little blessings currently because 2020 is acting out on us. 2020 is really acting out on us, but it's all good. It's all good. I hope you guys are doing well. As always, staying safe, taking the necessary precautions, reaching out to family, friends, all of your loved ones, praying, of course, as well as sharing smart, helpful, and fun ideas and thoughts to get us all sanely through this disaster. So today I just want to chit-chat a little bit about my current situation, how the virus and the shutdown pretty much of the entire city has affected me, self-quarantine and all of that, and also share some tips with you, some of the things that I'm doing to keep sane throughout all of this. But before we get into all of that, you guys already know what to do. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so, as well as hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded, which of course is every single Wednesday. I would love, love, love to have you guys here. All right, my beautiful people, episode 10. Let's get into this thing. So first of all, I just want to chat it up for a second because I really want to give you guys a small look at my past week and a half, and the thoughts and events leading up to today, which is basically me just now accepting and complying with government regulation and suggestion in reference to this whole virus. So I am a very nonchalant and chill person, which, can work for me or against me, depending. And for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've really been just living my life regular. I would say at the beginning of this month is when I started, I guess, noticing the severity of everything, and the virus was spreading super rapidly in the States. I was beginning to start seeing people wearing their masks and their gloves everywhere. I literally couldn't go anywhere without seeing a damn surgical mask. And I was just okay, I get it. But at the same time, in my little world, nothing was really directly affected. Business was still up and popping. The gym was fully packed. Toilet paper was fully in stock. Then all of a sudden, it just seemed like everyone was in complete panic. The city was in a frenzy. And I was hold up. So I'm at work on Sunday, and I remember hearing someone say, yeah, they're going to announce tonight whether they're going to, shut all the bars and restaurants down, which I work at a bar. And my initial reaction, my initial thought was, you better effing not. They better effing not. And I'm going to tell you why. So I am in New York, as you know, only temporarily. I'm here for 6 months, and this is actually my very last month being here. I only have this many more weeks before, I'm chucking it. I'm out this thing. So you can only imagine how, planny I am. I'm super strategic about everything. I'm at work looking at the calendar yeah, I have, X amount of more days to work before I leave. I'm texting left and right. You want Friday off? I'm available to pick up a shift. I am calculating. I'm crunching numbers. Okay, I'm going to be able to take care of this before I leave. I'm going to be able to do that when I get home. I'm going to have enough money, left for X, Y, and Z. I'm good. She's good. I wake up Monday morning and I'm feeling like a great time. I have all this energy. I'm ready for action. And I am excited, really, because I have been praying and actively working on my time management and developing a greater work ethic. I've never been in a position of having to make and follow my own schedule, but with this project in full effect, I'm 2 months in now. It's becoming extremely important for me to be able to productively manage my time. So yeah, that is something, like I said, that I'm actively working on. Shout out to my mom, because my mom is a beast at that. It doesn't come as naturally for me, but that day I killed it. So the night before, I had this whole schedule planned for myself. I got up early. I was at the gym at 6:30, had a great workout, and then I had a schedule for myself of when I was gonna work on the project. It was great. It felt amazing. So I get back from the gym, I make my first meal, and I'm just going through my emails. I open an email from Schedulefly, which is how we it's like our work communication system. I opened this email, and all I see, and I quote, "You ain't got no job, and all that money you thought you was about to have, nah." Verbatim. I am shook. I really did not think this was gonna happen. And I admit my initial reaction definitely did not factor in just how like severe it all was, and how, you know, important the social distancing, you know, is for the health and safety for everyone. I didn't get that until later, once I calmed down. My initial reaction was, my day went from here to here instantly. I got no work done. I spent most of the day trying to answer the question, you know, what am I gonna do? I'm thinking to myself, you know, can I leave early? Because at this point, there's no reason for me to be here. I'm making no money. And on top of that, what the F am I gonna do in like self-quarantine, like in isolation? I am going to go crazy. I'm actually a very introverted person. I spend a lot of time at home. You know, I prefer being at home than like out in the world, to be honest. But my living situation, being in New York, is a little funky. Like I live in a very small space. Definitely not a space where you can like just spend 24 hours at a time. Like, by no means. It's literally just like, you know, a resting space, like a little room. So yes, definitely don't want to be in isolation here. This is a mess. So Monday was not my day. I spent the afternoon talking to my best friend about what the F just happened. And I spent the evening watching episodes of The Masked Singer and This Is Us. So that was my day. I prayed a little prayer, and I woke up the next morning with a new attitude. I got a grip, you guys. I got a grip. It sucks. Of course it sucks, but we are all going through this together. You know, it's affecting all of us in different ways. Some of us are out of work. Children are out of school. You know, some of us have loved ones in healthcare facilities that we can't see. It's, you know, really a time for us to come together and support one another and share, you know, necessary things that the next person, you know, could use during this time. You know, like people were sending me links about unemployment. I know parents need a lot of assistance with sitters. Apparently the banks were like limiting the amount of money you could withdraw, and like the ATMs might be out of money soon. It's crazy, you know, and I didn't even know that. So someone told that to me. So this is the type of information that we need to be sharing with one another. I just want to do, you know, my little baby part and share some of the things that I'm doing and plan on doing to keep me both sane and productive during this time of social distancing and self-quarantine. And I want to share that with you guys today. Okay, so tip number one, or I don't know if I'm really calling them tips. They're not really tips. They're more like suggestions. Does that mean the same thing? I like suggestion better. So, numero uno, chill. Chill out. That was the first thing that I had to do. So what's funny is the coronavirus itself did not affect me. Like, you know, I was never walking around in fear thinking that I'm gonna catch it. You know, I wasn't like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't touch that. You know what I mean? No. But the second this whole pandemic affected my livelihood, no money coming in, I have to be in isolation here as opposed to, you know, being closer to my family. That is when I was like, no, like I'm not feeling this, because I was like, anything can happen. Like, what if I can't go home? So many thoughts just running through my head at that point. But the reality is, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? Once again, we are all being affected by this in some way. Worry, stress, fear, it's not gonna change anything. Bottom line. You know, God has power over every storm. So we may not be able to change the situation, but we can choose to have faith, to trust God in the middle of it. So suggestion number one. Number two, all that energy that you are using to fear and fret, Take all that energy and use it to get active. Yes, move something, work out. So we all know the number one reason that we all have that we can't work out: don't have enough time. Lies. Got all the time in the world now. And honestly, home workouts are legit. Fun fact about me, in the beginning stages of my fitness journey, which I don't even know if I mentioned that that's a thing, but it is a thing. In the beginning stages of my fitness journey, I did Insanity for, I want to say 2 months. I can't remember if it's a 60 or a 90-day program, but I completed the whole thing and I loved it. I freaking loved it. I want to say that that was around 2013-ish. And over the years, I've incorporated that into like my other style of training. I love circuit training. I love HIIT training, which is exactly what Insanity is, high intensity interval training. And in fact, last year I fasted for 42 days. And part of my fast was using no weights in the gym, and I did Insanity Max 30. So no weights, just 30 minutes of circuit style training using just my body, and I loved it. And I actually have an entry that I wrote about it. I'm gonna share with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I was not prepared just then. I had to go find my journal. This one is beat up. So I fasted. I fasted in 2019 in June. 1 second. Okay, so this is June 6, 2019, 8:52 p.m. I just want to start out by saying how amazing I feel today physically. I'm totally loving doing Insanity Max 30, and not lifting weights has my body feeling loose and free and great. I usually feel super tight, and I feel the complete opposite now. There it is. So this is definitely the type of energy that you want to have throughout all this craziness. You know, you can be quick to react and sulk and complain, or you can choose to use your time effectively and more productively. And working out is a great way to do that. Movies and wine are a great time, obviously, but don't use this entire time, you know, binge watching Hulu and Netflix. You know what I mean? Get up and get active. So I will be sure to put a link to BeachBody On Demand in the description box. And they have such great programs, you guys. They really do, from beginning, intermediate, and advanced. Body weight training, if you happen to have weights at home. What else? Yoga. It's amazing. It really is. But I do have to say, it is a subscription-based program, so it does cost. I believe it's $40 quarterly, which for me, it's worth it. One thing that I really love about BeachBody On Demand is it takes the guesswork out of everything. So one thing that is super important is whenever you're going into any type of like fitness routine, going to the gym, just starting whatever, you want to have a plan. You don't want to go into that blindly, because number one, you'll probably end up not doing anything and wasting a whole lot of time. With this, you just cut it on. It's right there, super easy to follow. But if you can't afford that, literally IG, everyone is posting their at-home workouts right now. So I'll be sure to put like some of my favorite like fitness gurus in the link below as well. So maybe you can follow them, and that's another option. Whatever you do, get up, get active, and make it work. So suggestion number 3 would be research and try out new recipes. So this could be food, cocktails, smoothies, which is my favorite. You're definitely gonna need like a post-workout shake, right? Clearly, I love concocting smoothies. It's literally like one of my favorite things to do because I drink them so frequently. Right now, I'm limited in my resources, being in New York. But if I were at home, I would definitely be doing all 3 of those things. Researching and trying new food recipes, cocktail recipes, and smoothie recipes. It is productive, it's fun, maybe even challenging, and I personally can't wait to dive into that when I get home. So highly, highly, highly recommend. All right, you guys, so suggestion number 4 is game night. Duh. If you're a person with a family, this is like a no-brainer. Get in that quality time that you don't always get a chance to get in because of, you know, school and work and just everyday life. This is obviously the perfect time to get all that quality time in. If you don't have any physical games, You know, get into an old school charades or like I Spy. Teach your kids, you know, all of the fun little games that you used to do with your siblings when you were younger. And also, I'm sure Google has so many good, you know, suggestions for you guys. Number 5, read, because you know you're not doing enough of it. Let's be real. If you're like myself, solo and out of work currently, I think reading is a great pastime. I actually have a book that I've been about to read for like 2 months now. So once again, if you don't actually have a physical book, you can always purchase you know, books that you can download to your tablet and read. And then there's also audio, or is it audio or audible? Audible books. I see people posting about that all the time. People love to listen to books. So there's really no excuse. There's so many different options. There's no reason why we should not be reading more often. Another thing that I want to suggest, and something that I'm really big on in reference to reading, is YouVersion, the Bible app. They have so many different plans on so many different topics, you guys. The plans are usually over, of course, 5 to 7 days, and it comes with daily devotionals and daily scriptures. I would say that if you are struggling reading the Bible, or if there's like something specific that you're struggling with, or even just something that you're interested in reading up on, fear, love, anxiety, marriage, really like anything that you can think of, they have a plan for that. Literally just type it in, a number of plans will come up. I love doing the plans on YouVersion, the Bible app. That is something that I would highly, highly, highly recommend. Suggestion number 6 would be fast. This is a great time to fast, you guys, a perfect time to fast, especially considering, you know, you're about to be surviving off of eggs and ramen anyway. Am I lying? You are in solitude, away from the world. All you got is Jesus. You might as well get to know him. Also, a lot of us are in a position where we are not faced with a lot of temptation right now. That is how easy he is making it for us to fast. We don't have to worry about being tempted with, you know, going out to get that drink, because you can't. There are no bars open. You know, we don't have to worry about being tempted with our sweet tooth, because all we have is eggs in our house right now, you guys. No, but in all seriousness, if you are a person that is struggling with fear during this time, go to YouVersion. Go to that Bible app, find you a plan on fear, find a plan on fasting, dedicate 1 to 2 weeks to following the plan and meditating on the word in accordance to, you know, those 2 topics. All right, so it was getting really chilly out there. Did you see me struggling? Just trying to take it like a G. Why can't it be summer already? What is number 7? Watch a sermon. If fasting is too much for you, or just like a no, I'm not doing that, watch a sermon. Get a word in, get your spirit lifted. I watch a sermon literally almost every day, and it's super filling. Definitely watch sermons more than I read. Need to do better with that. But watching, even listening to a sermon, maybe while you're doing something else, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. Creflo Dollar, Furtick, Sarah Jakes Roberts, John Gray, Michael Todd. I'm just kind of getting into Michael Todd. But YouTube, they all have YouTube channels. These are some of my favorites. I will link their YouTube channels down below. Awesome sermons. Take a listen. Number 8, journal. I feel like you knew that was coming. Listen, journaling is extremely therapeutic and such a great form of release. I typically like to throw on some good music, have a cup of tea or a glass of wine, and just flow. If you're a person that's fortunate enough to be living in an area that's like super nice, go outside, sit on your porch, and do it there. Setting the mood is actually like a big thing for me. The mood and the atmosphere gotta be on point. So journaling comes naturally for me, as you guys know. But if you're having a difficult time trying to figure out, you know, where to start, what to write, take this very experience. How do you feel right now? How has it affected you? What do you wish you could be doing? Or even with the sermon that I know you're going to watch, or the plan that you choose from the Bible app. Take notes on it. Write down the scriptures that you've learned. Those are great ways to start journaling. All right, guys, number 9, and probably one of my favorites on the list, do a new thing. Do a new thing. Get creative. Start a DIY project. Pick up that thing that you put down months ago. Just do something new. Here I am 2 months in doing something that was completely outside of my character, extremely foreign to me, and loving it. I feel like, you know, day-to-day life really gets in the way of our creativity. It gets in the way of us doing the things that we want to do but may be a little bit scared to do, or the things that we don't have the time to dedicate to. You know what I mean? And this is the perfect time. Like, look at where we are currently. A lot of us have no idea what to do with ourselves because work consumes us. All right, so I'm going to say it. I'm going to just say it. Some of us might not be in a frenzy, in such a panic being out of work right now because we are gifted elsewhere. And that gift might be making us money. Some of us might not be at home bored AF because we're gifted elsewhere and we're using our time being creative and having fun and being productive. Find your creativity. That is all I am saying. We never know what it could lead to. Perfect time. Do a new thing. All right, guys. So last but not least, number 10, and it is last on this list for a reason. Now is the time. Binge. Binge watch all your shows. Get all that Netflix and Hulu in, but make this your last stop shop. Please find a couple of things on this list to do before you get here. Make this like your wind down. So honestly, right now, I don't even have any shows that I can recommend. Everyone watches This Is Us. I do watch The Masked Singer. That is just like, I don't even know if I would say it's a guilty pleasure. I love that show. But someone recommended to me High Fidelity with Zoe Kravitz, whom I love. So I'm sure that I will enjoy that show. I'm going to watch that. There is also a new show on Hulu, I believe. It's like new with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. I don't even know the name of the show. I'm going to put it here somewhere. But I know I'm going to watch it. Like Reese and Kerry, who isn't, that's going to be a good show. Whatever the hell it is, I'm watching it. That is all, folks. Top 10 suggestions to keep us all sane throughout this madness. Want to encourage you guys to stay positive. Remember to reach out to family and friends. Pray for all of those affected by this virus. What else do I want to say? Continue to practice a healthy and safe lifestyle. And stay in the house if you don't have to go out, and make the most of it. Have fun with it. This too shall pass. Also, please share your own suggestions. Let me know what you guys are doing to stay sane through all of this madness. If you're trying any of my suggestions, put them in the comments below. Let me know the recipes you tried, the workouts you've tried, the sermons that you've watched, what shows are popping. That's a must for me. I would love to see it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. That is all for today, you guys. Stay safe.